I got a telephone call. Maybe we could fix a little something to eat.
Thanks.
I'll help you.
Well, he was sound asleep as soon as his head hit the pillow. You finished?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Finian.
Well, not to worry. I'm sorry for the carnival atmosphere.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Well, it would have been a nice idea if things had worked out differently. Thank you for the gesture.
All right, I'll get this stuff out of your way.
What the hell happened? What the hell? Why did I act like such a jackass on the stand?
I don't know. It's obvious you were under the influence of something.
I must have been, but what?
I don't know. Look, you may never know. It just doesn't matter. You can't keep replaying this scene over and over in your head for the rest of your life. You gotta get over it. You gotta move on. Think of the future.
The future?
Yeah.
Miss B, the future is in that room. Sound asleep. That's the future. Without him, there is no future.
I know. I can't even contemplate Sly having to go live with Nancy. It's just too awful.
I don't know what happened. I don't understand it. And I'm very sorry. This is my problem. I'm so sorry that it's sort of being laid at your doorstep.
Hey, I want to be here for you.
Thanks.
Look, I know I suggested this before, but do you think you could buy Nancy off? I mean, I think that's the kind of girl she is. She'd go for something.
You know, I'm considering that. I've thought of it before. Maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. I got to think of something.
Well, you will. I know you will. There's an answer out there, and you're going to come up with it.
I don't understand so many things. My behavior on the stand, I don't get it. The doctored photograph, where did that come from? And Speck just shows up, you know, out of nowhere, and testifying for them, the prosecution. I don't get it, you know. Scott Baldwin does not look so clean in all of this.
I know. Scotty was the last one to have that picture.
Maybe.
I mean, you think he has...
There are so many unanswered questions. Maybe it's him, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's Nancy. Nancy. The bottom line is Nancy. She is the most malicious, the nastiest, the most evil woman that ever walked spiked heels.
Look, Nancy is not even worth the breath it takes to say her name.
Nancy is behind this. Nancy is the reason that Sly is in there. Worried about leaving me.
Oh, Bill.
Nancy! For what she's done to my son, I could kill her.
You don't mean that. You're just afraid right now. You're just nervous.
Miss B, I mean it. For what she has done to him, she has stole my son from me. She deserves to die.
And we all thought the hearing was going pretty much in William's favor until he took the stand.
Well, honey, you mean something happened after I left?
It was as if he had suddenly polished off half a dozen martinis. He was up there abusive to Nancy's lawyer, even to the judge.
Are you saying Bill was drunk?
No, see, that's just it. I had lunch with him and his lawyer. He wasn't drinking.
Well, honey, he's got a lot on his mind lately.
No. He thinks it has something to do with something Nancy did with a little vial or something. He thought it looked like a perfume bottle.
A little vial?
Crazy Nancy went to him and started spilling her great big mouth and telling him everything, do you?
Nah, no, she's nuts, but she's not stupid.
Is that a legal or a medical opinion? Oh, Ms. Barrett, if you're here to see Mr. Bill, he has a meeting. I know, Ms. Coe, that's why I'm here.
Do you know what the meeting's about?
The meeting's about answers to a lot of questions.
How you feeling, Bill?
Oh, I feel swell, just swell. I picked my kid up just now from the police department. He was running away from school on his way to the bus station. In 2 weeks, I send him off 3,000 miles away to a life of certain hell. And on top of that, with the judicial system, I now have a reputation as being a drunk. Oh, life is good.
Well, it's what happened in the courtroom.
Yeah, what happened in the courtroom? You tell me what happened in that courtroom. My case was ironclad. I go up against a woman who, under the most perverse criteria, could never be called Mother of the Year. And I have a photograph to prove she's a slut. And what happens? She gets the brass ring, I get the raspberry. Come on, counselor. You tell me what happened.
Well, I would certainly want to know if I was in your shoes. I think the first mistake was Dr. Speck. I warned you about that. I mean, I knew that was going to be trouble. And then we got that doctored photograph.
There was nothing doctored about that photograph when I took it.
Well, I'll give you that, but, you know, something happened to the photograph. But the worst part was you up on the witness stand. I mean, all of a sudden, you just went gafooey up there, and, I mean, everything else sort of pales by comparison here. I mean, I don't think even Arnie Becker could have gotten you out of that one.
I wasn't drunk. How many times do I have to tell everybody I wasn't drunk? This was very important to me. I wanted to win this case. It was the most important thing in my life. Do you think I'd sacrifice it for a cocktail and a salted peanut?
Nobody said you were drunk. You had some kind of erratic behavior up there, and the judge just chalked it off to that. I mean, it was like the same difference to him. But the bottom line here is, in a family court system like this, they always want to go in favor of the mother, okay? You just made it easy on them.
All right, what do you want me to do? Just gather up my swizzle sticks and stagger into the sea like Norman Maine?
Well, you have one option here.
What is it?
You get down on your hands and knees and you just crawl over there to your ex-wife with your checkbook.
I'll see her in hell first.
Hi. Coming with those reports.
Well, I'll tell you the truth, I haven't finished reading all of them yet.
Guess it's a little tough, huh, to get your mind back on work after that custody hearing last week.
Yeah, it's tough.
How's Sly doing?
Well, apart from skipping school one day last week and trying to run away, he's handling it pretty well.
Bill, have you thought about what you're going to do?
It's all I think about.
Look, I know you're tired of me suggesting this, but since Scott Baldwin brought it up as well, why don't you just pay her off?
Because that's not an answer. There's not enough money in the world to keep Nancy from coming back. Oh, what the hell? Maybe she'll just disappear.
Right, and Drexel will sell junk bonds again.
It happens, you know. People disappear all the time.
It isn't likely. She's just going to drop dead.
Isn't it?
Maybe you don't have to go over these. When I read them, they seemed fine. I wish you wouldn't draw hangman's nooses all over the contracts.
I defer to your judgment, Miss.
All right. I can't run this company by myself. Let's talk about it.
Did I just hear you say you can't run this company by yourself?
Oh, good. I've got your attention. Listen, you have 10 days before you have to turn that little boy over to Nancy, so you better stop moping around here, think clearly, and get through the emotions and come up with a concrete plan.
How about concrete shoes, open-toed, size 5?
Size 9.
I keep going over the custody hearing, at least what I can remember of it over and over in my head. I'm looking for some basis for appeal. There must be something. And I'm not at all happy with the way Scott Baldwin handled this case. I'm thinking of getting an attorney out of New York to review it.
I could recommend half a dozen attorneys if you'd like me to.
I'd love it. Get me the list.
You know, and the first thing you should have that attorney look at is that photograph. There was nothing doctored about it till Scott Baldwin got his hands on it.
Yeah, the doctored photograph is bothering me, but what bothers me even worse is my behavior on the stand. Why did I flip out like that? So, I got an appointment this afternoon over at the hospital with a doctor. I'm going to have a complete physical.
Good idea. Oh, gosh, my dad's going to be here. I got to get my stuff out of my office. He's going to be using it today.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since the hearing. I really appreciated his testimony.
I'm sure he was happy to give it. Look, I got an appointment.
Appointment?
Yeah. With somebody really important. I hope you don't mind.
Why would I mind? Who is it?
Sly.
Sly?
Yeah, I'm picking him up after school over at Kelly's. We're gonna go see a movie if it's okay with you.
Well, why do you want to do that?
Bill, that little kid's been through a lot with you and Nancy lately, and I just think it might be a nice little break for him if he could spend some time with an adult that doesn't have anything to do with it. If it's okay.
So, under this tough cookie exterior beats a heart of pure marshmallow, huh, Miss B?
Don't let it get around. So what do you say? Can I go out this afternoon with your son?
Yes.
Good.
Julia. Thank you.
Watch out for those girlfriends, okay?
Hey, big guy. Hi, who's your friend?
Timmy.
Hi, Timothy.
Hi.
Listen, we have a few minutes before the movie starts, so I thought I'd take the time to give you something.
What?
This.
Wow! Check this out!
Don't you like it?
Yeah, well, thanks, but I'd like my old mint more.
Oh. Oh, sure. Listen, we can return this and get something you really need. So, you ready to go to the movie?
I changed my mind, but thanks. Finian.
Huh?
Take us back to the park so we can get in some more ball practice.
Oh. Well,
Just come on, please.
all right. I thought you were...
Bye. Bye. William.
What are you doing here?
It's about your son.
Come on, Miss B. I'll buy you a nightcap.
Wish you could buy me a thinking cap so I could figure out why Sly acted that way with me.
Well, you gotta remember, this is a very tough time for my kid.
I know. I thought we were buddies.
He really hurt your feelings, didn't he?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, he likes you a lot. You know, he told me he thought you were cool.
Oh, it's cool?
Cool is like the greatest compliment of all.
Okay.
And he's no pushover.
Well, he sure pushed me away. Maybe it wasn't a good idea.
It was a great idea.
Think so?
Yes.
Okay, how should I mend things with him?
Well, I'll talk to him and I'll see what happens.
No. I was asking your advice on what I should do, not so you can go handle it for me, Dad.
Okay.
I'll work things out somehow. God, I wish I could find some way to keep Nancy away from him.
Don't worry. By the way, next time you want to go to the movies, why don't you ask somebody who's not in Little League?
Yeah, but the pickings are so slim in my league.
Well, then, perhaps you ought to step up a league or two and ask me.
Oh, step up? In your dreams, Buster.
Oh, you really know how to charm a guy.
Finishing school.